is Apple worsening after the death of Steve Jobs, or is it going better than ever? Okay, so in the recent years, Apple has been through a lot of stuff. They have been through lawsuits, they have been through the most successful phone they have ever made, they have been through controversies on the iMac Pro, they have been through the Bandgate with the iPhone 6, and basically everyone has their own opinion. I mean, some say that Apple is better than ever, they make the best stuff they have ever made. Others say that Apple has worsened, that they are awful right now and that they don't care about customer support anymore. So I'm here to share my opinion with you. So as you know, I'm not really a fan of Apple, you know, just because their products are very expensive. But a thing I had to say till this very day is that their products are durable, and that is a thing that hasn't changed till this very day. Now, you may say that, you know, the iPhone X has a glass back, and allegedly the iPad Pros that are coming out will have a glass back, and Apple really is starting to move on to more fragile like materials, but the whole industry is shifting towards those materials, so why wouldn't Apple do that? And you know what? I mean, they're not fragile in the sense that if you take good care of them, they will break. No, that's not the case. I mean, glass will break if you don't take care of it, but it won't scratch as easily as like aluminum or as like what stainless steel. So yeah, I mean, they may be shifting towards these materials, but they at least provide a solution with these materials, which is wireless charging. But along with this shift come the repair costs, because you know, if someone breaks their glass back, they don't want it like broken for the rest of the iPhone's lifetime, but they want it to be fixed. So here is why Apple's customer support has worsened over the recent years. If you look at the pricing of the repair for a broken back glass of an iPhone X, you'll see that it's $529 without Apple Care. $529. Now this is half the cost of the iPhone X and the entire cost of a OnePlus 6. So you may have realized that this is not a solution for a customer that actually broke the back glass of the iPhone X. Now, what if you bought Apple Care? If you knew you would be like clumsy with your phone and you bought Apple Care, it's $99. $99 freaking dollars. Are you kidding me? You know what? I bought Apple Care. I don't know how much Apple Care is. I mean, what, $200 I think? Do you pay yearly? I don't know. I haven't researched all that stuff. But Apple Care presumably is a program that will save you the repair costs, which you would pay if you didn't have Apple Care. But here we are talking about $100 still with Apple Care, which is like a considerable amount of money. I mean, $100 for a back glass. I mean, you know what? It seems like it's a design flaw. I mean, if you can't design a back glass that will be at least moderately easily repairable, then what the hell are you doing, Apple? I mean, you are selling a smartphone for $1,000 US starting price, and you haven't designed it to be at least easily repairable. Okay, but apart from that, Apple is perfect, isn't it? No, it isn't. We have these controversies with the iMac Pro of Linus Tech Tips and the SNAS Labs iMac Pro, and I want to talk about this because, you know, iMac Pros aren't something that the everyday person will buy. It's mostly for companies, for enterprises, and that makes it a product that should be repaired in a matter of days. Like days, hours, you know, because companies do not have the time to wait for a repair. I mean, the customer, come on, even if they wait 5 days for a repair of an iPhone 10, I mean, what will they? Will they miss a call? Okay, whatever, just give them a backup phone or buy one with $29. But the thing here is that companies do really need these iMac Pros. Like, let me give you an example. Say there's a YouTube channel that has like, what, 5 million subscribers, okay? And they completely rely on the revenue made from this YouTube video for their livelihood. And Apple takes their editing machine just because it broke or something, you know, the screen broke or whatever for any reason, and they tell them that they will need 2 weeks to repair it. 2 weeks of videos. I mean, if you see the videos that I've made in the course of my YouTube career, you know, in action quotation marks, but whatever, during my YouTube career anyways, you will see that they are like, what, 50 videos? And I mean, I take 2-week breaks, but I'm an amateur. I'm an amateur. I mean, I'm not a professional YouTuber. My livelihood doesn't really rely on YouTube revenue. I don't even get revenue from YouTube. So if someone's livelihood depends on an editing machine, which may supposedly be the iMac Pro, then Apple just takes their revenue away. But this is not the problem, okay? If the repair was so difficult and hard, you know, because it's an all-in-one, it's not a desktop. I mean, it's not that easy to repair it as a PC would be. But that's not the problem, the length of the repair, the actual time that it will take, but how they treat the iMac Pro repairs. So, if you've seen the Linus Tech Tips video and Snazzy Labs video, you will know that Apple stuff on Apple stores. I mean, here in Greece we don't even have Apple stores, so you can see what Apple is really doing here. I mean, they don't really have a great customer support. But I mean, let's say in the US where there are many Apple stores, like a variety of them, Linus went to an Apple store near him, and at first they didn't have even a certification to fix iMac Pros, which means that Linus would either have to wait for the iMac Pro to be sent somewhere that a certification exists, or he would have to take the iMac Pro to a shop further than the one that he already visited. So here we have a problem with the iMac Pros, and as you may know, iMac Pros aren't a product that everyday consumer will buy, okay? Because you know what, like, let's face it, how many iMac Pros have been sold? Like, if I find statistics, I will I will likely put them in post, but I mean, how many iMac Pros were really sold from day one? I mean, not that many. But that doesn't mean that a person who bought a $5,000 machine should be left with a broken iMac Pro for more than 2 weeks. So if you have been following the Linus Tech Tips story and the Snazzy Labs story, I want to say that Apple, yes, is worsening. Even on iPhones, even on MacBooks, even on iPads, they are worsening. Their customer support isn't that great anymore. And you know what? I really think that is due to Apple's policy that, you know what, we'll give customer support to those who pay. You know, who pay for Apple Care, who pay for like $5,000 machine 2 times. I mean, if they want to replace their iMac Pros or whatever. And you know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, Snazzy Labs got a new iMac Pro, which is great. He can continue working on it. And Linus, he found a relative solution. I mean, they gave him the solution that he could pay $5,000 for the repair of the iMac Pro that he already had. But those aren't optimal solutions. And when I see Apple Apple defenders talking about Apple, they are talking about the customer support and the ecosystem. And while the ecosystem still exists and it's going well, from what I've heard, the customer support isn't going that well because, you know, from what I've seen in the recent years, Apple's customer support is more shifted towards iPhones and like entry-level MacBooks and all that stuff, while they really need to focus on every product they are selling. And you know why? Because Apple isn't selling a whole lot of products. Like if I go to an Apple store, I won't see that many products as if I went to or even Lenovo store, or even a Asus store, or even an Acer store. I mean, like Lenovo sells so much stuff that, I mean, they sell more than Apple does, and even Samsung sells more stuff. They sell TVs, they sell cell phones, they sell laptops, they sell tablets, they sell computers, they sell refrigerators, they sell whatever, they sell ACs, so yeah, at the end of the day, I think that if Apple wants to keep having this reputation for great customer support, they have to provide it as well. So that was the video for today, guys. If you liked it, hit that like button. If you want to see other videos like that, subscribe, and regardless, thanks for watching. Peace.